All right, we are live for another Market Update Monday here on the Arrow Title Services Facebook and YouTube channel. And we are super excited because we've added this new segment where now we can interact with the audience that we have. So if you guys have any questions during this with the amazing local professional realtors who have come on here to share their big brains with you guys, please feel free to ask your questions. We do stream live every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you happen to be in another state. And we just talk about what's going on with the market. It's a great day to just talk about what's going on. We love having that weekly update because there's so many things happening and changing in our market on a daily basis that it's just good to have that knowledgeable information coming up. Now, we've changed a little bit up where now we're having different realtors on every single week in a month. So it's great. We're going to get some really well-rounded feedback, and I'm so excited for the people we have on today. They are truly awesome, and I'm looking forward to you guys hearing from them and hearing what they have to say about the market right now in the crazy circumstances that we are in right now. So thank you all for coming on here and being a part of this. Super excited, guys. Have you guys be a part of it. We do, just so you guys know, run this section, this live in 3 different sections. So the first portion is going to be where they talk about what's going on in the market right now, weekly updates, things that are going on, trends, perspectives. And then the second portion is going to be they show a current listing that they have right now on the market, and it gives you a really great idea of what's out there right now. And then the third portion is any announcements that they have. So those announcements are always great because they have great things going on all the time. And if you guys ever have any questions about anything that's listed here or just about real estate in general, feel free to reach out to the amazing local professionals who are on here. You can reach them in the description below. Their Facebook pages are attached. So make sure you guys reach out to them, and let's get this show on the road. Let's talk about the market. Joe, why don't you start us off?
Okay. I don't know if you heard, but inventory is pretty low right now. Kind of a everyone's got that mentality right now that everything's pretty scarce. But one thing that I was looking at, I'm just looking at some numbers. The zip code that I spend a lot of time in is 34997. It's the largest zip code in Stewart, and inventory is low. The absorption rate is 2.17. So that's, we only have 2.17 months of inventory. But if you look at the $1 million plus category, right now we have 140% increase in active listings compared to this time last year. So if you're considering a sale, get a higher price for your home, maybe time for an upgrade. So it's something to consider. Maybe you're ready for $1 million plus home.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joe. That is great information, and definitely talks about how things are trending and changing right now, right? So it's changing all the time, and it's crazy. Let's get back to, hold on, right here. All right. And we're going to go next to Alex. Tell us what you're seeing, Alex, in the market. Any changes that you're noticing that are catching your eye? And you're muted, make sure.
I like to, I was muted for a second there. I like to always go kind of to the macro. Appreciate Joe's going in, granular on that zip. As far as the macro is concerned, I usually kind of look at the tri-counties. We cover Indian River, St. Lucie, Martin, and Palm Beach County. Really the big numbers we're seeing is year to date from November to November. So November to 19, November 20. We had closed sales up 23% in St. Lucie County. They were up 38.5% in Martin County closed sales, and Palm Beach County was up 28.4%. Another thing I say from the macro standpoint is the total volume. So this really gives people an idea of what the volume sold was. St. Lucie County was 111 million in 2019 November. It was 150 million 2020. So that's up 35% closed volume. So that would be closed total volume, be $100,000 condo, $1 million house. That would be 1.1 million total in volume. So that's just amazing, up 35%. Martin County was up from 75 million to 155 million. So that's up 105%. I mean, just staggering numbers. And then Palm Beach County was a much larger county, obviously. It's 584 million in 2019, and it was up to 155 no, 1.2 billion. So they went from 584 million to 1.2 billion. So that's up 97%. So kind of from the macro standpoint, closed sales are up significantly in the double digits, 20, 30%, depending on the county. And then we're looking at almost double in volume. So pretty staggering numbers, Lucie.
Absolutely. And it's great to have the numbers perspective. That's why I love having you guys on here every week, because everybody goes about explaining it in a different way. And it's always great to hear that. So thank you so much for sharing those numbers, because I think that puts I think putting numbers to things really, really helps out with just showing how exuberant it's been right now. So thanks so much, Alex. What about you, Sarah? What are you seeing in your market? And yeah, share with us your brain.
Hi there, Lucie. It's so great to be back. Sarah Crombie with New Wave Realty. Started doing these back in March when we went into our lockdown, and we were making all kinds of predictions that have come true. And it's so exciting to see it all work out the way we thought it would. The market is super strong, as all of you know. I don't have to repeat any of the statistics you've already heard, but I do like to follow what our chairman of the National Association of Realtors, Lawrence Young, puts out for his predictions each year, and actually monthly and quarterly. He put out a really positive statement. His predictions for 2021 are an additional 10% increase in home buying this year. He expects the interest rates to stay pretty low, around 3%, but he does expect the buying to ease a little bit, which is good news for the first-time home buyers, because they were getting priced out of the market with multiple listings and stronger cash buyers beating them out on property. So it all looks really positive. He also mentions that he thinks that the job market will be strong, and that we're going to hit a 5.5% unemployment rate. Pre-pandemic, we were at 3.5, and in May, at the middle of the worst part of the shutdown, we were at 7.5. So it looks like that is rebounding in a really nice way. And while there's a lot of factors involved in why people are moving to the area, and I'll name a few, the preferable tax rates are helping us here with no state income tax in Florida. People being locked down in areas where the weather isn't so nice to be stuck inside as we head into the colder winter months. Florida is probably one of the last affordable coastlines to live on, so we're getting a lot of buyers out of California and other areas in New England where they typically live on the coast, and they can now get top dollar for their homes because people are leaving the cities. So if you can imagine all the people leaving New York City and some of the major cities around the country, because they're able to work from home, they are now getting top dollar for their houses because they are in the subsidiaries and suburbs of those cities, and people are moving out, so they're moving on, and that's where we're getting our Florida buyers from. We also have a really interesting group of buyers that I think people don't talk about a lot, and those are the people that are just adjusting their lifestyles. We're seeing a lot of people that are bringing their parents into the home. They're not comfortable leaving them in assisted living or nursing homes or other places where they may normally have landed, and that's due to the pandemic. So they're looking for homes where they can have multi-generational spaces. We know they're looking for home offices, home gyms, more outdoor space. So this big move to downsize over the last 5 years has gone in total reverse. We're watching people upsize again, and we're also watching people looking for neighborhoods that have more amenities, more to offer, moving a little further out from the cities just because it's more affordable and they can work from home. So those buying trends are interesting, and we're enjoying watching them happen. We also have a lot of buyers for me, and I'm sure the other agents here today, we have a lot of buyers that are coming to be near their parents. So we've got children of customers coming to the area because, again, they're getting job transfers or they can work from anywhere. So all of it's been really exciting, fun to watch. I know that in my market where I do most of my work, we are down 46% inventory overall in Martin County, but we're also down in my area, my farm area, where I do most of my sales, 60% from last year. And our sales have doubled. So I do think we're going to see a slowdown in inventory still, which will relate to a slowdown in the market. But overall, I think we're going to have a really strong year. We're ready for it. We're excited. And I always have to put out this one because I like to talk, so I'll stop soon, I promise. But I want to put out one more piece of advice, and that's that you have to make sure that you work in a market like this. It's a very tricky market to navigate. I call it the Wild West. You need to work with an agent who has experience, who's going to be able to work in the environment of multiple offers, who's going to be able to find your house even if it's not on the market yet, and has a lot of local market knowledge. Those are really important things for you, especially if you're buying from out of state. You need to make sure that you're working with people that have experience. It's a very difficult market to navigate right now, and that's probably the most important piece of advice I can give you.
Absolutely. Great information, Sarah. As always, you definitely covered a lot just in that section right there. But I love it. It's great information all around. And like I said, just talking about those changes that have happened to our market and why people are moving here and the changes that are happening. I mean, so many people were in their homes and like just wondering when they were going to be able to leave and realizing all the things that they didn't like about their house and moving out of them. So there's been so many changes just in our whole market over the last year, and it's crazy that it's almost been a year. Like, what's even going on? I don't even know. But thank you so much, Sarah, for adding that. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what 2021 has to offer. And again, those predictions, because we predicted back in March it was going to happen, and that happened. So it's always interesting to see what's coming up. Awesome. Jennifer, what do you have to share with us? Would love to hear from your perspective.
Well, pretty much everybody's covered everything. It's always hard to follow up with great professionals ahead of me. So Jennifer here with Bourgeois Real Estate Group. I just wanted to touch base, as we said before, low inventory, but you definitely need to get a professional who understands the market, as Sarah had said, knows how to basically work out the deals for you in your favor to get the most. I was kind of scoping through see some stats. I do see that within the past 7 days in St. Lucie County, 46 properties have sold, and they were only in the market for 20 days. So we just want to be sure that you line up with a professional who understands and is able to get you moving and grooving in the right direction and help you understand the process, because that's the biggest thing both seller and buyer alike. You need to understand the process and make sure that moving forward, you feel everything goes smoothly.
Absolutely. That is great information. And we actually had Katie message. She did a little comment chiming into the conversation that the Florida and county sales stats will be released soon for December 2020, and to be out on the lookout for that. And that's what's so great about these live every week updates, because new stats are coming out from previous months and they're a little bit behind. It's like a month behind, right, guys? So it's always great to see those updates and how they're consistently changing. And then after December is out, then we'll have the full year of 2020 to be able to compare to 2019 and just how things have been in the past. Now, it's very interesting to see like kind of what we're going like with the whole scheme of in 2021, how things are going to be. And I wonder if anybody has anything really to add to that in the sense, because I think we've started off in a very strong market this year. I mean, we are here in Florida, especially here along the Treasure Coast, which is obviously where we're all located. And like Sarah mentioned, it is very important to use a local professional that knows what they're doing, and all of the amazing professionals. Can't speak. All the amazing professionals who are on here have that knowledge and really, truly are incredible. I'm so thankful that you guys come on here and share your brains with us, because I think that it's information that's not really getting out there as much. I think there's a lot of hoopla out there, and it's hard to get lost, or easy to get lost in the sauce of it all. So I'm very, very thankful for you guys and sharing what you guys have coming up. And sorry about my dog. He's going crazy, but that's fine. It's fine. This is what's live. It's like live is just what it is. We're going with the flow. So Does anybody have anything that they want to add to like what they predict in 2021 and how things are going to go with our market? I know that a couple of you highlighted that and what you guys thought, but I want to give an opportunity to kind of open the floor and talk about that a little bit, just because this is going to be such a valuable platform. We can go back now and watch what we talked about in March and April of last year, which is so cool. Technology, I love it. I love the technology aspect of it all, and it makes it more valuable.
Hey, I had something to say. I forgot to mention the new stimulus package. It's going to help the people that are renting and unable to pay the rent. We may get an extension on the moratorium on rents, but we'll also get some stimulus money there for landlords. So we're looking forward to that coming our way, and we're waiting for some guidance from our leaders in the real estate world on that as they kind of sift through the information in the bill and tell us how it's going to affect our local economy. But I just want to say that I do think we're going to lose a little bit of momentum in the first quarter because inventory is low, and it's typically a slower time in January anyway for the market. If you look at overall statistics from Martin County, where I usually kind of track the numbers, you're going to see a little bit of a slowdown. We're just plain running out of houses to sell. So until people decide what they're doing and where they want to go, we're seeing a huge amount of new construction deals going on, right? And so those don't always show up on the MLS, so it's hard to track them. But those are the people that we'll see putting their homes on the market, I think, in 8 or 9 months from now, because it takes 10 to 12 months to build a new home, and they're not going to sell their house until the other one's almost ready. So I think we're going to see a huge surge in the fall of resales coming back on the market, and I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be exciting for all of us who are working more heavily now with buyers. I know my market has shifted from listings to buyers. I'm getting calls from buyers working more with buyers than sellers right now. And it's frustrating because we have all these people that are locked and loaded to buy houses, and we have nothing to sell them. So that's something really to look forward to in another 8 or 9 months. I think the resale market will pop just due to the new construction homes. They're going to be rolling out and finished.
What a great perspective to bring up, that new construction. Alex, you had said it looked like you raised your hand.
I think that's it was a really great point that she made, how tough it is for the first-time home buyers. I don't really work with many buyers, but in usually higher price brackets, the buyer's agents are working them. And it's been challenging for them for sure. I will say, and I can sometimes be a little bit of a contrarian about this, and even against our president of NAR and so forth. I kind of look at some other numbers, and delinquencies are up significantly, almost 37% on FHA loans across the country. So the question is whether or not that's due to people losing their jobs and not paying, or to Sarah's point, is that due to, hey, we don't have to pay, and they put the moratorium on the people that are renting and don't have to pay, and then also on mortgages. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out once they do lift these moratoriums on whether or not these delinquencies are legitimately people just can't pay or they don't want to pay. And then the other thing of what's going to happen is we're in so many pieces of uncharted territory in history in so many ways, shapes, and forms. In real estate, whether or not they will actually be forgiven for, say, you didn't make your mortgage payment for 6 months. It's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. To Sarah's point, is the stimulus going to come in and say, we're going to forgive that? And the government's, because that was somebody's debt, right? So somebody's debt wasn't paid. We know that it's backed by FHA, because FHA loans are not loans by the government. They're insured by the Federal Housing Authority, and someone else, i.e. whether it's a hedge fund or some other lender, actually, made that loan. So really interesting to see, in so many ways and shapes and forms, are we going to be able to travel? Are we going to have to get inoculated and all that kind of stuff? But I'm really, really curious to see once some of these moratoriums lift, how the chips are going to fall there.
Absolutely. And there are so many changes that are happening because of that. Like, for instance, I think it's a lack of knowledge too when it comes to a lot, because a lot of people don't realize when they're putting their their mortgages on hold and such like that, that can be affected in a different way. So for instance, that could be going to the back of their mortgage, or they might have to pay all that money up front when the time comes when it is lifted. So I think that people knowing the right questions to be asking before you take that step in that direction. And I think, like you said, it's going to be interesting to see how it is, like whether they can afford to pay it or not. There is a lot of people that have equity in their homes right now. That's a statistic that we've talked about in the past, and like how that's impacting the market. It's like a lot of people don't want to get rid of their homes because they have equity in it and they're not sure like where the market is going and whatever it might be. And then there's just so many factors that come into play with it. So it's so interesting to see how it all like pieces together and like creates the market that we're in right now. Does anyone else have anything to add to that? And
That's so interesting. Does somebody have something? I
was just gonna say, Lucy, you know, we have a whole bunch of investors. I'm sure you guys are getting calls. They're just waiting to see if we're going to have this huge short sale foreclosure.
So funny you bring that up too, because Katie just mentioned that.
Waiting on the sidelines. But we said in the summer, buyers don't wait. They thought the whole market was going to collapse at the end of the year, and it only got stronger. And we kept saying, don't wait. If you're serious about buying, you better buy now because the prices keep going up. And nobody believed us, and except the ones that came and bought. And they're so glad now. But I do think that there is a lot of equity in these homes. And we talked about people, how it's different than 07. People have a lot of skin in the game. The banks made you put 20% down after the last housing crisis. And, you just don't walk away from that amount of money. We also talked about how the banks were cracking down, and I've seen it personally in some of the deals I'm working on, that these lenders now are starting to crack down. They get a little worried. They've got a lot of money out at 2.5%, and they started doing 5% down loans again. All the makings for the perfect storm. But whenever there's something like that happening, there's always an opportunity for someone else, right? Just like when the stock market crashed, it was a huge buying opportunity. A lot of people got very rich in the last 6 months on the stock market when it crashed. You're going to see that in the housing market, and if it comes to fruition. But just to say one more thing, you need, again, to make sure that you're working with an experienced realtor with a proven track record, because navigating short sales and foreclosures can be a little tricky too. So, any of these professionals that you see here today are capable and qualified to assist you with that, or just call them and have a conversation and talk about, if you're an investor and you're waiting for that looming market, talk about what your options are. It may make sense to dollar cost average, buy something now and maybe buy something then. And somewhere between the two figures that you end up paying, you'll do okay, because you want to get some income going now. There's a huge need for rentals as well, and that's why I say that. If you're an investor and you buy a rental property, you're good to go. We're getting high, and everything is, you hear about all the people that aren't paying rent, but there's a ton of people that are coming to the area that are working. They're capable of paying rent. They need a place to live. They haven't decided where they're going to buy yet, where they're building a house. So it is a great investment opportunity now, and it may be even better 6 months from now.
Absolutely, especially with how many people are moving here from different states, in that aspect, because we are in the top 3 states in the U.S. that are being moved to right now. Just heard the statistic the other day that it's Florida, Texas, and Arizona. And I don't know about Arizona, but I know Florida and Texas both have no income state tax. State income tax. So that's a huge reason why people are coming here too. And the places that they're coming from are very expensive, so they have money and they're coming here with their money. So it works out, right? And new construction is huge. And I know that Joe does a lot with new construction as well. And I think that a lot of people just don't realize with new construction that it actually is helping our market too, because all of those builders that are coming in here and they're building new homes, that's bringing up the home values of all of those homes around them as well. So I think that can get lost in the mix too. All right, if no one has anything else, that was a great discussion. If you guys are watching live, make sure that you guys rewatch the discussion that we just had about what's going on with the market right now, and just kind of the structural changes that are happening with it and how it's being impacted due to, you know, last year and just everything that's happening around us in our crazy world right now. You can always reach out to the amazing local professionals who are on here. You can reach out in the description is their Facebook page, and you can get their contact information and ask them questions. And a conversation is free, guys. Any of these people will talk with you. So it is just great to have their minds on here and just them sharing their knowledge. And I appreciate the hour that they take out of their day to share with us. So I do want to move on to the listing presentation portion, because it's always great to hear what's actually in the market. We are talking about the market, right? And there's a bunch of houses out there, and what are they actually selling for, and what are you getting for that bang for your buck, right? So let's start off with Joe. Joe, what do you have for us today that's on the market?
Something you said just a minute ago. I know you said you appreciate our time, but Lucie, what you're doing is absolutely amazing. And you're very generous in sharing your time with us. And it's great that we get to talk about our experiences and also share a listing that we like to highlight. So I'm going to, it's not a home, but it's a lot. And I'm sure many of the realtors on here are familiar with Nettles Island, and that's what I want to talk about. So this is a neighborhood where you can do a lot. It's there's golf carts you'll see going around. They've got pools. They've got lots of water activities. They even have their own grocery store on this island. It's just a really cool place. There's very few restrictions. So you'll see lots where there are an RV, a fifth wheel, right next to a lot where they built a concrete block structure home. So I thought this was a kind of cool one to show the versatility, what you can do with this area. It can be a vacation place, or it could be just your permanent place you want to call home. So I just wanted to show this video. As you can see going through, there's lots of trailers on one side, there's RVs, there's, it's everything. It's got everything in here, and you're right there, right next to the water. And I'll show another video. This is just going to show you coming up to the lot. And this is 1020 Nettles Boulevard. It is a central lot, so it's in the middle of everything, right next to all the amenities, tennis courts, clubhouse, the grocery store, like I mentioned. And it is a vacant lot. You can park a trailer on there. You can build a house. We even have the soil survey, and we had some surveys done from a home builder too, so I can give you all that. The lot is listed for $115,000, and if you are interested in this one, you can reach out to me, or you can also give me a call or text at 772-999-1979. Thanks, Lucie.
Thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate you sharing that with us. Awesome. And that's what's great too, is that the lots that are out there right now is a very huge opportunity to take up, because they're not making more land, right? They aren't. So the real estate here is just insane, and any lots that you can pick up on and invest in, highly recommend. Next up, we have Alex. Alex, what do you have to share with us on the market right now?
So thank you, Lucie. And to actually Parrot Joe, thank you so much for what you're doing here. This is super cool. So along the lines of, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So along the lines of new construction, I'm carrying about 26 listings right now. But this, speaking of new construction, talking about maybe first-time home buyers, because this does fit within that FHA in Martin County, I think is $387,000 for FHA VA. This property is built by a local builder. This was taken about probably a week and a half to 2 weeks ago. Actually, we just got this thing live 3 days ago. But this is down in Port Salerno, and it's a property, $350,000. This gentleman actually has sold. I've helped him sell almost 4 units. This will be the 4th unit. So he builds a really great product. He's been here in the local area for almost 20 years building. And so it kind of looks, like a little bit of a shell right now. However, moving through this thing, he's built out the interior. So you're going to see that this is going to be completed. He probably is going to be putting up drywall might even be up right now. So this is a great listing, and it's super flashy, but probably something a little bit under the radar. So I wanted the agents right here in the office to see it. A lot of times I say to my agents when they're scrolling through and they see something like this, right, that has, this is not very aesthetically pleasing. However, this is kind of something I see as an opportunity. So there is this is actually in Joe's 34997, not a heap of inventory in there and not a heap of new homes being built in Martin County. I don't know if anybody's aware, but the smart growth policy that has been implemented within Martin County for the last, 70 years really is almost anti-growth. It's good for all of us because we have great schools, great hospitals, low congestion, and so forth. But new construction is a tougher thing to do in Martin County, and to navigate the building department and all that can be a little challenging. So some of the larger tract builders and spec builders really just don't kind of come into Martin County. So this is a spec home, and it will be ready for CO probably in mid-March. So this property is going to come online mid-March. You actually could get in on this, choose colors, choose your countertops, crown molding. He'll do all the extra little things if you want that. So just a little over $200 a square foot. If anybody knows how much a lot, Joe could let you know in 34997. But you're looking at probably 70,000, 60, 70,000 for a lot to even start building. So that's almost a quarter of the total cost of something like this. So I thought this was kind of a neat piece. I wasn't going to show. I got some other kind of bigger listings, but I think this is very pertinent to our audience right now. So I think that's about it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Alex, for sharing that. And it's great to just see that the aspects of that new construction being talked about, just because we talked about that just in a second ago. So it's a big part of our market right now, especially in St. Lucie County. But yeah, you're right. Martin County isn't growing as much, but we are starting to see just a little bit more traction from some of the newer communities coming up in Martin County and such like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how those kind of add to our market as well in the coming months. Now we're going to go to Sarah. So Sarah, share with us what you've got today.
Hey, wow, guys, 2 really affordable options. New construction for $350, and how about being out on Nettles Island, just a few steps away from the ocean? So super cool. I love coming on here because I find out about these things sometimes before other people do. So that's exciting to me. Now I'm just getting up my listing here. I have this, we were talking about investment property. I can say this townhouse is located in Palm Cove Golf and Yacht Club, a section we call Harbor Island. At the top of the street is a 93-slip marina. Anybody who purchases here can also keep a boat in the marina. Up to 55-foot boat slips are available. So super great opportunity for a vacation home year-round or for an investor. And what's nice about this community for investors, we don't have any restrictions on holding a property for a certain amount of time before you can rent it, while other gated communities do or have started to put those restrictions in place over the past few years, where you have to hold a property for 6 months or a year before you can take on a tenant. We don't have that here. And these lend themselves very nicely to investment properties. But again, they still make beautiful full-time or part-time homes. So here we have a 2-story, 2-bedroom townhome, tons of character. We've got 20-foot ceilings in the main great room living area. Look how pretty that is. You've got a loft area upstairs that people like to use as a flex space. It could be a bedroom, it could be an office, it could be a gym, whatever you need it to be. The first floor has a really pretty patio. You can screen that to get in. It has preserved views. It's actually a very large space. it really adds a living area during the cooler months. You can leave your sliders open and enjoy that. Look at this beautifully updated kitchen. It's big. It's got all the bells and whistles. It's got a big walk-in pantry. It has laundry. First floor master suite. Again, large bedroom, big walk-in closet, 2 sets of closets, big bath, separate tub shower, dual vanities, everything you could ask for. 2-car garage attached to this. Once you head upstairs, you have that great loft area with fabulous views. Again, you can make it anything you want it to be or need it to be, depending on your lifestyle. We have a great big second master suite upstairs. And we have an ensuite bath for that as well. So fantastic property. The address is 2354 Island Creek Trail. It's located in the Harbor Island section of Palm Cove Golf and Yacht Club. You can see at the end of the street here, we have a 93 slip marina with ocean access on the St. Lucie River. It's overlooking the Floridian over here, which is a private golf club. The homes start at $4 million. So it's a fabulous location. You can mosey on down here to the big riverfront clubhouse. We have fitness, swimming, kayak and paddleboard storage, barbecue, tennis, 18 holes of golf. You name it, you've got it here in Palm Cove. So if you're not familiar with it and you have someone who's interested in a beautiful place to live or an investment property, this one's priced at $349,000. It's 2,050 square feet under air, and they rent for about $2,200 a month. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. That was great information with that house, and absolutely beautiful too. Look at those views. Love that area. And any access onto the water as well is great to have here in Florida. I mean, I always say it's not Florida living without a boat, or at least a friend with a boat. So love that. Thanks so much, Sarah. All right, Jennifer, what do you got for us today?
All right. So today, basically, we're going to continue with the whole water theme. Let's go in here and take a look. We have a waterfront lot that is available. The address is 520 Southeast Kruger Creek Place. It is in Stuart, Florida. So if you're looking for waterfront property and want to build your own beautiful place, you can. Here it is. It is located on a private road at the end of a cul-de-sac. It's just minutes away from dining and entertainment in downtown Stuart. You're close to public parks and beaches. As I said, you can even build your own dock here. So you can just pull up on your boat, have your own dock, have a wonderful place to be in Stuart, Florida. We are currently working with 3 builders to kind of help potential buyers figure out what'll fit and what'll work for them in this beautiful, beautiful location. So if you are interested, and let me see, I just kind of wanted to show you here another angle for you to look at. Beautiful, beautiful place in Stuart that you're able to just bring your boat and build your perfect dream home.
And what was the address and price of that, Jennifer?
So the address is 520 Southeast Kruger Creek Place, and the price is $469.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. Great. I think we had such a variety of stuff on here today with the listings that were presented. So thank you guys so much for sharing those and giving people an idea of kind of what they're looking at when they're looking at the market, and what type of properties they're going to get. So thank you guys for sharing that. Again, if you guys just watched that, or if you missed it, make sure you rewatch it. And if you have any questions about those properties, you guys can follow the amazing local realtors who are on there on their Facebook pages. And even if you're not interested in a house right this minute, go ahead and follow them anyways, because there's always valuable information on their pages. They're all amazing. So thank you guys so much for sharing that with us. We are going to go into the announcement section. And guys, if you guys are watching, you guys can always rewatch these all previous weeks that we've done on our Arrow Title Services YouTube channel. Always great information that we have on there, and always love hearing from you guys. So thank you guys. We are going to go into the announcement section. If anyone has anything that they want to share, Joe, do you want to start us off? What do you have for us?
Lucie, I know you have a lot of realtors that watch your show, and maybe some are just getting started out in the industry. I'm getting to a point of growth right now where I could really use some help. And if you are looking to start working with more buyers, if you're getting started with your career, Maybe we could both help each other out. So you can reach out to me if you're interested at 772-999-1979. Thanks, Lucie.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Always great to hear that there is great growth going on. It is a crazy market right now. So it's kind of hard not to be growing right now. Love it. Thank you. Alex, what do you got going up?
What do I have coming up? Well, a couple things since we can announce that. Definitely are looking to add to our team. We just added Claire Smith, who came over from another brokerage as a full-time buyer's agent. So that makes 7 buyer's agents full-time on the Haigh group. We provide CRM, massive amount of opportunities. We do paper campaigns. We're generating phone calls and cultivating listing agents as well. So definitely reach out to me at 772-240-0997 if you're interested in being a buyer's agent on the team and having opportunities come to you and be able to manage those in a CRM. I want to announce this, though, because this is something very near and dear to my heart. We're having what's called a white party. I don't know if anybody's ever been to one before, but basically everybody dresses in white. And it's to benefit ARC, which is Advocates for the Rights of the Challenged. And if anybody knows, my daughter has Down syndrome, so this is a very organization's very, very near and dear to my heart. I'm actually on the board at ARC, and we're holding this. It's going to be on February 5th, so that's a Friday. No, yes, a Friday, February 5th, and it's basically $200 gets you 5 tickets, or 1 for $50. You can go on to my Facebook page. You can text me, call me, smoke signal, so forth. Friday, February 5th. And the whole event is going to have open bar, food, DJ, professional DJ, and the like. So it's going to be a really great event. It's down at our downtown office here in Stewart. And this is the second office that I've opened up in downtown Stewart. And it's going to be a really fun event. So we hope that, we want people, it's going to be outside too. So anybody that's worried about social distancing and so forth, it's going to be all outside, good social distancing. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So anybody that's thinking about, helping out, or they just kind of want to come over, there's no pitches over here at all. This is specifically for this charity. And, it's realtors, mortgage brokers. If you wanted to bring over a client, something like that, again, there's no pitch. It's really for a good time and for a good cause. So there you go.
Thank you so much, Alex. That's great. I love that you're doing that, and thanks for sharing that little bit. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing event, and hopefully you guys raise a lot of money. I'm sure you will.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, Sarah, what do you got coming up for us?
Oh, wow. That's a hard act to follow. I wish you all the luck in the world with your fundraising event. I know it's been really tough trying to put people together in a room lately. And we know just from, we like to do little client get-togethers and dinners and stuff like that. And we've really been struggling with what to do in its place. And I think it's fabulous that you're doing that fundraiser. I love how our local realtors are so involved in the community. I think we're realtors because we love our communities, and for you to be hosting that event is amazing. And again, I just wish you the best of luck with that. That's hard to follow, so I'm just going to throw up a little property that I think is super cute that hasn't gotten a lot of traction yet because we have a tenant in place, and we would like to have an investor purchase this property and just take on the lease for it. So I'm going to share it real quick with you. It's one of those dream properties that people wait to have come on the market. It's a little Lakemont Place property in the Meadows. So there is a hold on renting when you're a new owner, except when there's a lease in place and you can grandfather in the tenant. So this is a sweet little property. It's been updated inside. We don't have a lot of photos on it yet. It's new to the market. It's 1374 under air. It's a 2-2. And the address is 2825 Lakemont Place. And it is priced at the very low number of $224,900. If you're familiar with that community, it's a fabulous community. There's lots of amenities. And yes, they do have pickleball. I know everybody asks me that now. They do have pickleball there. And it's right in the heart of Palm City, where a great in-town location you can walk to or easily access banks, nail salons, Starbucks, Panera, Publix, anything you need is just right there at your fingertips. So please keep that one in mind. Again, it's priced at $224,900. It's a little Lakemont Place property in the Meadows in Palm City. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. All right, Jennifer, what do you have coming up? Anything that anybody should know about?
Yes, I do actually have a coming soon. So I will go ahead and get this picture for you. Let's see. Let me get the image.
You heard it here first, guys.
Let me see. I was trying to share my screen. Are you able to see it or not?
Yeah, it looks like it's on Market Update Monday right now.
Okay, hold on. What? Oh, wait a minute. Let me just get it for you real quick. I had it ready to go. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Technology, it's super fun, right, guys?
All right, it's trying to open it up. I don't think that it's going to work. So we will just stop sharing the screen. And I will tell you, it is going to be in the South River community in Stewart. We have a 2-bathroom, 2-bedroom condo that will be coming soon. It's 1107 living square feet. It's a great community. It does have a dock for a boat if you're interested in boating, and it has all the amenities that you could ask for. It's a great little place that you're able to go to. It's a gated community. So if you have any questions, just give us a call at 772-444-6989.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Love it. You guys are awesome. You guys always have great information to share. And I know that the people out there that are listening value the information that you share with us. Guys, we go live every Monday for a new Market Update Monday with local realtors who come on and share their big brains with us. So if you guys are just joining us for the first time today, make sure that you guys like and follow and whatever you got to do on the social medias nowadays, with the subscribing and such, with Arrow Title Services, so you guys can get notified when we go live again, and you can hear the updates that we have coming up for the market. So you guys can follow us on Facebook, but you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Arrow Title Services, and see all of the replays that we've had in the past. Each and every one of the amazing realtors on here today have been on here in the past and have always shared amazing information with us, and you guys can follow them on their Facebook pages. The link is in the description of this video. Go show them some love. Ask them your questions if you have any. And we are just so thankful for them taking the time out of their busy schedules to share with you guys and share with the public, because the public knowledge is just, I think that there's not even enough out there, and the value that comes from you guys is incredible. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We will see you guys again next Monday at 2 p.m. And I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your week, and happy Monday, and happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Lucie.
Thanks, Lucie.
Everybody, have a great week. We'll see you all soon.
Thank you.